Alicia, cascading through the rabbit hole. Alicia crashes through turbulent times, awakens beneath the shard in complete, concussed confusion. Skies scraping titanic tombstones startle her. Star-eyed, she sees thousands of zombies in suits rushing. Back and forth, rushing back and forth. Mayhemic, trumpest, blasts. Alicia, in a city full of cocaine-fueled, suited zombies and banksters. Cataclysmic titans, towering tentacles creating psychophalic fallacy. Alicia staggers through Londinium. Alicia screams to the darkest neon flashing night. How can people live here? When a mad march here magically appears. We're all mad here. We're all mad here. In the west lives the white rabbit of progress. And in the east, a mad march here. Alicia, in the mega metropolis of the ultra wealthy. City bright, city brash, city full of white collar crime. White rabbit of progress shuttles past. No time to say hello goodbye, no time to say hello goodbye, no time to say hello goodbye. I'm late. Tombstone City of the Titans. Greed and devastation fills the entire city. Money, its avatar. Skyscrapers ripping out the stars. Shiny suits of fat Cheshire, self-satisfied, smiling cats. Zombie city dealers showing no emotion, no empathy. Somnambulist night walkers, headless cadavers, insectile, febrile, sterile, megatropolis. Hatred inhabits the very fabric of the buildings. Their square, towering ugliness almighty. The disease, greed, casting long shadows, darken the entire globe. A sense of insufferable gloom pervades. Everyone conversing through and staring at tiny little black boxes, hardly discernible in their hands. They're all undead here. They're all undead here. Says the mad march here. Cancerous carbuncles. Skyscrapers of progress. Grow. Growing upwards and outwards. Shards scratching the stars. Claws clutching at the moon. There's a hipster bearded flying Dutchman selling surreal estate. Buy to invest. Buy to invest. Wonderland of the rich. Incredible investments. Luxurious penthouse suites. Spectacular view. The Minister of Edification, reading and writing and spouting and shouting at the benefits of the different branches of Etonic, Bubonic, Arithmetic, ambition, distraction, uglification, and derision, and league tables. Champagne Charlie, fat, satisfied. Cats slouching slowly around the dark wasteland streets at night. Vicious smile. Cruelty for perpetuity. Polystatician, greed-filled crocodile eyes, sheds crocodile tears as another child soldier dies. zombie dark dealers dealing death all day. Multicolored mushroom caterpillar inhales and then sighs. The poor getting poorer, the rich coffers bust. The Queen of Hearts filling her purse. The king is in his counting house, counting all his dough. Giant rats scurrying up Bank Street. Armies of zombies. Fat Cat City, city of corporate clowns. How doth the greedy crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale. How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws. Welcome little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. Carnival of the beaten, the concussed, the disheartened, the disinherited, the downtrodden, the homeless, the voiceless, migrant souls. White Lady of the Night rides Pegasusa through the sterile, soulless streets of the new megatropolis of the mega rich. Psychotic cold edifices, temples to Mammon, the entire city screaming out, eat me, drink me, 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 eat me, drink me. Neon lights, flashing, sirens, wail, luring zombie banksters to certain doom. The great devouring Mammon necropolis, seductive city of vice, banksters, oligarchs, monarchs, corporate gangsters, speculators, spectators, soldiers, and prostitutes. As Swift did say, city of slavery, a savage city by shipwrecks fed. Alicia, time traveller, Alicia screams to the darkest night. Who in the world am I? Alicia, Pandora, Morpheosa, Plasticusa, Mad Medusa, Medea. Each megalithic building on the darkest isle of howling dogs pointing threateningly at the sky. Pyramids, cycloptic eye, flashing in an eternal overture to Gotham. And I grow tall, I grow small, I grow tall, I grow small, I grow tall, I grow small, I grow tall, I grow small. Have a cup of tea there. Alicia, have a cup of tea there. Alicia, daughter of Hackney, Tower Hamlets, and Bermondsey. Alicia is everywhere. In Hogarth's Harlot's Progress, Dickens' Little Dorrit, Shaw's Pygmalion, Hitchcock's Frenzy. White Lady of the Night rides winged Pegasusa, roughshod through the wormhole, where forever lasts a second, and a second, an eternity. Alicia, Dark Madonna, Lady of the Night by the flourishing theatres in Drury Lane. The seven seductive dials and Covent Gardens, the secrets of the streets, and the crepuscular phantoms that patrol them. Alicia, Eurydice, crying out for Orpheus, shouting at the ferryman on the river Styx. Alicia, Beatricia, stuck in the labyrinthine world of the Inferno. Dante's dark demons, pockmarked bodies in Junkland, hallucinating cataclysmic city, dragons, gargoyles and gorgons, flying high, 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 chased by murderous imperial statues on horseback as the nights die. Naked emperors, nocturnalization of Turneresque, apocalyptic skies. Slaves dying out at sea. Red hot poker branded RAC, Royal African Company. 4 headless horsemen, some ambulance, night walkers, headless, cannibalistic city that eats the most vulnerable. The era of me, envious, gluttonous, lecherous. The I want, generation. Greed incorporated, indoctrinated, inseminated, silenced by the disease, the beast of greed, the nemesis of the people on the banks of the Thamesis. Mad Hatter of Manhattan, in the Trumpets Towers in the final hours, dancing as the world burns. World banksters, Rothschilds and Rockefellers, rotten eggs for Bregs hit, shock, stock, down. Jam yesterday, jam tomorrow, but no jam, 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 no jam today. Alicia's everywhere. City of super zombies, pig snouts in the trough. Ikarusa, Ikarusa, Ikarusa. Alicia crashes through the wall of time with the ghosts. The spells, balls, ladies of the night. Tombstone city of titans. Temples to Mammon. Quasimodo ringing warning bells furiously. City of ravaging plagues and great fires. Climatic frenzies and burning thirst. City of lust. Capital of capitalism. Boom and bust, boom and bust, boom and bust. In fair we trust. Dancing skulls of desperation. The new normal. Return to normal. No point in going back to yesterday. The world was different then. Who cares for this? It's nothing but a house of cards come tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. Things are all much of a muchness to me. A mess, a muchness, a much of a mess, a mess, a much of a muchness. Mess, mess, mess. The Queen of Hearts made some tarts all out for summer's day. The Knave of Hearts stole those tarts. The Queen of Hearts so loved those tarts that she said, I'll cut off the head of every woman, man and child. Off with their heads. Said the Queen of Hearts. Here comes a chopper to chop off their heads. Here comes a chopper to chop off their heads. Here comes a chopper to chop off their heads. Chop, 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 chop. How did I get her? How did I get her? How did I get her? Flow, dark Thameses, flow, sweet Thameses, flow. For we sing this song for thee. Flow, sweet Thameses, flow. Alicia, daughter of Hackney, Tower Hamlets, Bermondsey, Elephant and Castle, played with the young Charlie Chaplin in the workhouse. Alicia, sweet child of the Rookeries, St. Giles, child of the Jago. Alicia, staggering through the squalor, down dingy lanes, beneath thy weary feet, the fleet does flow. Warren Street, Euston, King's Cross, Camden Town, stumbles along dark canals beneath railway arches amid gasworks, factories, fever hospitals and workhouses. Flower girl of Covent Garden, city of the lonely, child of the dilly. I feel nothing but isolation, alienation, desperation, eros. Protect me, protect me. Modern Eden, whoremongers and bawds, strumpets and striped garments and Cock Lane, and out beyond the walls, down and out, workhouse Spike in Peckham, performer in Bartholomew Fair, Suddock Fair, in Bethnal Green, Stepney and Shadwell, the multiple child brides and dead babies in the stench of the tide. Paternoster Row, the stink of the stock market, pillaging and destroying. Dante's dark demons, dead drunk by midday, outcast, ostracized outsider, other, dire desperation, dislocation, desolation, crack, coke fiend with fury, reign. Alicia, among the beggars, prostitutes, downtrodden, poor, homeless, shoeless, child labourers, refugees, strangers, wanderers, and orphans. Naked emperors of carnival, bodiless, cynical, smiling, fat Cheshire cats, mouth, foaming fiends in suits singing, gotta put the footsie, gotta put the footsie, you gotta put the footsie first, gotta put the footsie, gotta put the footsie, gotta put the footsie first, gotta put the footsie, gotta put the footsie, gotta put the footsie, gotta put the footsie, gotta put the footsie first. Narcissistic megalomaniacs with psychophalic fallacy takes country after country. Trumpets blast, mad Medusa loosed, giant rats scurrying up dark alleys. King of diamonds with an army of zombies, the cancerous clowns, fingers of greed, towering titan monsters quake, London stone shake, Alicia Bacusa dances in the portals of Londinium beneath the radiated sound waves. Urban wonderland, wasteland, a place nonsense makes more sense than sense. Nonsense makes more sense than sense than sense than sense than sense. Ravens, raving, torturing, towering infernos. White rabbit, having a whitey. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Furiouser and furiouser. Alicia drank and ate, grew tall and then grew small. Cocaine-fueled banksters are running rat race. Austerity chastises poverty. World War I, World War II, such a mess. Hunger marches, Jarrow marches, corpses at midnight. The founding of the NHS. Now the Sandman steals the NHS. Jaws swallow social housing in the most vulnerable, taken captive. By vampirical Nosferatu. The nightmare of corporate tick-tock-tick-tock-tick-tock-tick-tock-tick-tock-tick-tock-tocracy. Of Gucci shoes, online shopping, oily sharks and drones, war zones and clones, of snake heads and kings, snake heads, crocodile heads and kings and kings and kings, dinosaur heads and kings, white rabbit of progress in headlights, new totalitarian regime. I see what I eat, I eat what I see, I see what I eat, I eat what I see, I see what I eat, and I eat what I see. Will you, won't you join the corporate dance? Says the Queen of Hearts, turning purple. I won't, says Alicia. Oh, for the rain! The Queen shouts. Who cares for you? Retorts Alicia. Decapitate, decapitate, decapitate! Orders the Queen of Hearts, talking of axes and corporate taxes. Oh, for the rain! Says the heartless Queen. Alicia screams, Alicia bleeds, the house of spanksters comes crashing down. Austerity bites, with his teeth their scarlet billows start to spread. Armani Sixto, where's the fat Cheshire cat there? There's never a trace of dark burgundy, bull, blood, red. The corporatocratic curse, the Cyclops, hedge fund brokers of death, hungry psychotic sharks, circling, making ever-increasing circles of blood. Giant Rats scurrying up the sides of buildings. Armies of zombies cross ancient Themesis. Snidely smiling, snorting, gurning. Fat cats standardize as burning. Oily sharks swallowing ancient city. The big gladiatorial game. Corporate buying and selling match. Slaves to Mammon. The votaries of Moloch. Streets full of crocodiles cheering on the matador. The gladiatorial dealing with death. International resource control games. Play the game, play the game, play the game, play the game, play the game. You must sign in, sign in, sign in, sign in, sign in, sign in, play the game. Silence is dead in the city of sirens as dealers strike deathly dark deals, cancerous claws scratching Venus in the sky. Bacchus dances in the portals of Pompeii beneath the waves. Tridented, radiated bull enters China shop. Nightwalkers, bankster psychos roam the streets. Dark transactions. Douster Faustus lucre lives on. Londinium's vanquer speculations. And lucre finds spectacular views of savage game in penthouse suites. Dr. Faustus, Dr. Faustus, Dr. Faustus. Marlowe, Dr. Faustus. Gentry defecation, defecating on the poor from the ivory towers. Greed is the name of the beast, the beast, the beast, the beast, the beast, the beast. Interplanetarian dog, star howling. Great bear dancing, Capricornus, Andromedas, Perseus, rescue us, rescue us, rescue us. Flow, ancient river, flow, for we sing this song for thee. Lonely, lost angel, Alicia stares into the abyss, into the wasteland. Urban wasteland, heart of darkness. In the underground sees white rabbits blinded in fluorescent lights. Fear in every face, on every tube train, tannoy warnings, warning passengers to watch out for strangers. Report anything strange to station staff. Inspector Sam, Inspector Sam, Inspector Sam, to operations room immediately. Inspector Sam, to operations room immediately. See it, say it, sort it. See it, say it, snort it. There's a strange man on the platform with a briefcase and a shiny suit. Well, he's a bankster, death dealer, for sure. There's a dead man's cry from Rat Alley. I will show you fear. I will show you blood in desert dust. Purple haze, marmalade, hash pie, wild mushroom, caterpillar tea, psychedelic dreams, psyche geography, dark alley, Themesis angels sing. Drink me, eat me, drink 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 me, eat me, drink me, eat me, drink me, drink me, drink me. The Lady of Darkness rides white hearse through the nightclubs. Macabre dance of death. Skeletons come out of graves of Bone Hill Cemetery. Dark music play. Suited zombies dance after dealing death all day. Death knows the future markets. Death, the urban matador. Death taunts the bull and baits the bear. All ignore old Alicia in the gutter. The horrific fate of the human race, etched deep into every dirt line on Alicia's ancient, screwed up face. Have a good night, Alicia softly says. Yes, death would be a blessing. By bagel shop, scarred-faced Joe screams to the darkening sky. I did 3,000 Joey, mate, I did 3,000 Joey. Tale of two cities. Mad March Hare. White rabbit of progress. Solutions, delusions, London clearances. To hell or to Hastings. Chaos, corruption and war. Depleted, carcinogenic, radiation, and still we bomb, and still we bomb, and still we bomb. Permanent war. In the kingdom of the blind, the Cyclops is king. Urban wastelands, oily sharks, titanic towers of Babel. Aberration, alienation, appropriation, desolation, desperation, dislocation, discrimination, disorientation, fragmentation, interrogation, migration, stagnation, starvation. And they want to build a mausoleum for Maggie. Torturing towers, the ravens squawk. Hear the laughter of long-lost children by the rookery singing. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, a pocket full of posy. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, a pocket full of posy. A tissue, we all fall down. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, a pocket full of posy. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, a pocket full of posy. A tissue, a tissue. We all fall down. Shakespeare walks with Hamlet's ghost down Bishopgate, Yorick's skull in his outstretched hand. Leah is in Bedlam in Moorgate. Dickens sleeps by Marshalsea. Alicia falls off Pegasusa. Conan Doyle stalks the hound of the Baskervilles down Baker Street. Hogarth rakes drunk in gin palaces. Pudding Lane on fire. London Bridge is burning down. London Bridge is burning down. London Bridge is burning down. My fair lady. You hear the ghostly suffering souls, suppressed by suffocating church bells, bells of Bow and St. Clement's. Churchyards filled with homeless souls. Destitute vagrants walk these streets. Beneath full moons, slippery silver shining, rippling dark river of delight. Flow, sweet Thameses, flow. Under this concrete jungle of screeching, screaming, Babylized Babylonian buildings, ancient rivers flow. Tyburn, Effra, Westbourne, Walbrook, Moselle, Neckinger, Peck, Fleet, feeding the Thameses. Flow, mighty river, flow, sweet Thameses, flow softly, till I end my song. Alicia, your nerves were bad last night. Minerva, Athena, Alicia, your energies were low. London, New York, Beijing, Mumbai, Abu Dhabi, Shanghai. Collapsing cities, collapsing times. Refugees scream out for asylum, and the tick-tock ticking, tick-tock ticking, tick-tock ticking time takes all. Falling, crumbling ivory towers collapsing into dark Thameses. And out of the rubble fly the ravens, fly the ravens, fly the ravens, making their nests. and sprouting trees flow. Flow, sweet Thameses, flow. Flow, sweet Thameses, flow. For we sing this song for thee. Bang the drum, bang, 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 bang. Bang the drum, bang, 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 bang. Bang the drum, bang, bang, bang. Bang the drum, bang, bang, you're dead. Bang the drum, bang, bang, you're dead. Dead as a dodo, dead as a dodo, dead as a dodo, do. Extinction, dead. The drum of carnival of lost souls has begun. The Great Depression, Black Monday, Black Wednesday, Black Friday, blackout. Share on. Alicia at the food banks. I, Daniel Blake. Queues at the food banks getting longer. Oligarch Sharks was the wealthiest city in the world. Heavy liquidation. The great stink. The city's sinking. Total drop of trillions. FTSE in panic. Stocks crash. Urban clearances. Global economic crisis. The rich are getting richer, 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 getting richer. Coffers are fitting coffins full of the poor. The poor get swept out into the badlands. Quantitative easing. Bank of Thunderland making classic monopoly money easy to launder. An avalanche of stocks. Stampede sweeps market. Panic strikes into the heart of the city. Marlowe's heart of darkness where the sacred Thames does flow. Corvid crows crowing on top of empty office blocks. Empty shops down below. Now the plastic facades are melting. Towers crumbling. Babylon's Babel towers crashing down. Grenfell inferno. Victims of greed and austerity. Oligarchs, ignorance and opulence. Children strip searched in the street. Crack dealers dealing by the school gates. The banks are down. Pound is sinking. City dealers slaves to cash. Egos slashed. The comet crashes across the sky. Storms in the sun, solar flares. The computers crash. Spider widows, world wide web crashes. Chaos, chaotic cosmos. Poor. In the no-go zone, in the wastelands, the militarized zone. Nuclear fallout, disastrous aftermath. Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Towers tumbling down. Carston collapses. City dealers crash out of city windows as rogue traders take the fall. Suicide midnight ride. Last exit to Brexit. Exit late. Deal or no deal. Deal or no deal. Deal or no deal. Deal. No deal. Deal or no deal. Titans of industry now fully automated. No work today. No work today. No work today. Alicia in tempestuous times. An odyssey into the darkest recesses of the cranium. Alicia floats in dark river Thameses. Dark river of time. Chronic Cronus eats his own children. In the shadow of the Titans, Alicia, time traveller, winged daughter of hallucinations, weaving and dancing with the four winds. Alicia screams to the darkest neon flashing night. Computer crashes in brain. They're all insane here. Insane. They're putting computer chips inside my brain, inside my brain, inside my brain. They're putting computer chips inside my brain. Alicia, the derided, disenfranchised, dispossessed victim of austerity. Alicia, the mystical, magical, mesmeric, metaphoric, hallucinatory, provocative, enigmatic, spiritual, contorted, compassionate, disturbed, desperate, disorientated, temptress, tortured, tragic, shape-shifting spirit of Londinium. Corvid crows, the corvid crows, the corvid crows. Black crow on top of office block. Cities shut down. Lockdown. The big five are profiteering big time. Rotten Apple faces book the Google-eyed Cyclops. Amazonans, Knickers Flex, the pharmaceutical. industry, the volte-face mad king of diamonds, Stygian hydra multi-headed snakes, squirms, shifts and shakes, sea change, turn around, turn about, throwback, go back, backstabbing, backtracking, retraction, reversal of policy after policy, pledge after pledge about Janus face, change of head, change of mind, change of heart, heartlessness, fork-tongued, eating one's words, an orgasmic ecstasy of corporate gluttony. 180 degrees, no wait, rephrase, yes, go, no, maybe, remain, no, go, wait and see, U-turn, my turn, go turn, your go, my go, return, strong, stable, U-turn, your turn, my turn, zigzag, 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 boo-boo, zigzag, 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 boo-boo, zigzag, 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 zig, zag, zig, zag, your turn, U-turn, Pluto, Saturn, yo, anus. Alicia tied to Maypole. The physical and spiritual exhaustion of nightclub stripper. The humanization and alienation caused by overshadowing building in titanic scale. Disembodied cadavers of night dealings, strip poker games. Card sharks of corruption. Titans tittering. Quantum clock ticking, 1 minute to midnight, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute to midnight, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute to midnight, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Quantum clock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, ticking, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, ticking, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, ticking, 1 minute to midnight. Come, megalithic building on darkest isle of howling dogs, rabid, Cerberus, holograms of slavery. Pyramids, cycloptic eye, flashing in nocturnal overture. Alicia, underdog, underwater, under pressure. Alicia, the banks of the Thames and their miasmic smog contaminated by city brokers' fletchings. Bankers, blackening shadows and blackening titanic towers, torches, ruthlessness beneath burning star. The name of the star is Wormwood. In height of summer, when smog is at its thickest, the battle rages. Fiscal conjures, spin doctors and political mountebanks, ratters of the dealing floor. And all the water becomes bitter, and many people die from drinking water that is poisoned, travelling through the reverberating echo chamber of time. Babylon, the towers of white-collar criminals, white rabbit of progress flees. Melancholic masked man walking the miasmic covered, silenced streets. Sun burning down in the great shame. The arsonist squawking, scalding walkie-talkie sets fire to the jerking gherkin. The great cheese grater attacks principal tower as the pyramid of Canary Wharf sticks its spike in Coca-Cola coked up London. Aye. Noctambulas, boo-boos, bubonic plague victims. Boo-boo corpses swollen black arise out of shallow slumbers and cemeteries and spittle fields. Night, shady necrosis meets with supercilious narcissus. In the very heart of darkness, the squared mile of distress and despair. Island, the cadaverous, ravenous, hungry, three-headed Cerberus, stress, Cerberus. Fear, fears, fair. And each and everyone becomes enemies, and foe is fighting foe. Conflagration, pain, rage, and woe, written large in each and every face. The four Zorros meet in Queen Street. Banks are attacking banks, and the banksters are all armed. Oligarch attacking oligarch, and corporation attacking corporation. CEO fighting CEO. The dungeons are all open wide in Tyburn street quakes. Demonic brain-dead banksters arising in blood-stained suits. Giant tombstone skyscrapers of the city start the Vita's dance of death macabre. Brutalist death dances of Mai Van der Rohe. Trumpets blast, the mad Medusa loosed. Prometheus stole the fire. Wang, wallop, slap, boom, 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 boom. Boo-boo dust, boom, 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 boo-boo dust. All collapsing into boom, boom, boo-boo dust. Skyscrapers crashing down. Shards of glass, craters, cyclopic pyramids. Alicia is crawling on the floor, crawling on the floor, crawling on the floor, crawling on the floor. House of Cards comes tumbling down. Prometheus stole the fire. Ozymandias collapsing into dust. Tombstone city of night. Flow, mighty Thameses, flow, sacred river, flow. For we sing this song for thee. Tsunami waves and insanity crashing down on Alicia. Alicia dodges another building coming crashing down. Dragons, gargoyles and griffins taking the side of the people. Tyburn trees start to sprout. Mass mystic red robe of terror. Timeless Cronus, you devour all in your destructive ravages. You consume all things. You devour the titans. Babel towers crashing down. City on fire. Trumpus towers sinking into the marshlands. There is a certain smell of suffocation and oppression as Alicia, battered and shattered, staggers through the battle. The city that fattens on terror, slavery, wars, death at sea, catastrophe. Mammon's incarcerated, suited zombies, slaves of the towering trading floors. Babylonians, Babel's towers crashing down. Tsunami waves of insanity crashing down on Alicia. The Tao dives, but the Phoenix rises. Alicia! 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 Mama Virgin, Queen of Hearts. Interrogation in Interrogation Tower. Queen of Sheba in Solomon's brothel. Off with their heads! Off with their heads! Queen of Hearts declarations. Mother Redcrap predicts a general conflagration. Troops in the street. Alicia imprisoned. The trumpet blows. Mayhem, mayday, mayday, mayday. Masks, 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 masks. Yankee Doodle, Dr. Strumpet, Strangelove. Papa Boo Boo say, we could build a New Jerusalem if he could get rid of the dead bodies. Trumpets blows. Dr. Strangelove rides. Nuclear, missile, night, sky. Tick-tock ticking, white rabbit of the rat race. Tick-tock ticking, tick-tock ticking, tick-tock ticking. Rat race, rat race, rat race. Fat cat rat race. Slavery's sacred banking temples of the city sinking. Mars is working overtime in the Ministry of Crime. Beneath the concrete, glass and steel, the roots trapped. Forget about the currency of cash. Flow, let the river flow. The megatropolis machine man. The writings on the wall. Living in burrowed craters into sidewalks as the roads collapse. Collapsus of roads, collapsus of Rome, Nero's, lead of waters, colossus of the Sudan. Hard rain pouring down, all collapsing into dust. Up from the ashes, Alicia, queen of the carnival. Alicia, goddess of the night. Alicia ascends on the back of a street dove. There the pigeon goes, the pigeon goes, the dove goes, the pigeon goes. Rosebud, rosebud, rosebud. Red rose, red rose, red rose. Alicia soars with the souls of all of us. Alicia, Alicia, Alicia. Flow, sweet Thameses, flow. Alicia, dark Madonna, lady of the night, dancing back in time. Alicia dances with the great Joy Grimaldi in Drury Lane. Betty Careless riding in a Sudan chair with Captain Mad Jack Montague riding on top. Little Casey running in front with a fluorescent rainbow flag. Your lover, the great Newgate escapologist, Jack Shepherd. Jack jump easy, Jack jump quick, Jack jump over the candlestick. Jack jump easy, Jack jump quick, Jack jump over the candlestick. The entire city screaming out, eat me, drink me, eat me, drink me, eat me, drink me, eat me, drink me. The great devouring mammon megatropolis, city of vice, with a ferocious, insatiable, ravenous hunger, the city of ravaging plagues and great fires, climatic frenzies and burning thirst, imperial measure, power and treasure, a veritable feast of fish and flesh. The golden fat boy Jack Horner, with beady eyes, still sits waiting on Pie Corner. City of lust, capital of capitalism, boom and bust, boom and bust, boom and bust. Alicia screams to the darkest night, who in the world am I? The very wives of Billings gave reply, Breed, Boadicea, Selanusa, Maynard of Bacchus, Scarred, Scarlet Woman of Gin Lane, in terrorum. London devours all, native and foreigner, without prejudice. Dice man, bone dice, three-card trick. Spot the lady, spot the lady, spot the lady! Londinium, a place of great excitement, festivity and wealth. Shakespeare, Johnson, Marlowe, Goldsmith, Sheridan, Turner, Blake. The greatest theatre in the world. Londinium, gin oblivion for the poor in the rookeries of St. Giles. Festivity and wealth. Dead drunk, staggering Alicia. Escapism is thy weapon in the war against poverty. That great abyss of humanity. Insanity that constantly howls out for more as a mammoth is dug up in King's Cross. London, a place of execution and oppression. Severed heads and severed hands. Pirates haunt the hanging docks of Wapping. Over their heads! Shouts the Queen. Lager tall, lager small, lager tall, lager small, lager tall. Have a cup of tea there. Tyburn tea and Newgate porridge. 4 stages of cruelty. Mad Medusas, watchers, watch out for foreigners on the city wall. Tonight, Verona's lovers, Romeo and Juliet at the Globe. Little Joy runs from Sadler's Wells down to Drury Lane, followed by a host of screaming street urchins. Van Gogh strolled these streets. Marx, Dostoevsky, Casanova in the Star Tavern. Machiavelli, Dante's Inferno, Beatricia, Alicia, a foreigner, an alien, unwanted, unloved. She sleeps beneath the arches and down below the ridges. Poe, black cat deviations, digressions, somnambulations. Alicia, hallucinatory night rider on the wings of Pegamorphiosa. Alicia staggering back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth through time, back and forth through time. Alicia is everywhere. In the taverns, coffee houses, gambling houses, drinking dens and brothels. Alicia semi-naked in the square of Venus with flash molishes, spells, bawds and scrolls of Covent Garden nuns. Alicia is Moya Hackabout, flower girl, drunk for a penny, dead drunk for 2. The outcast, the ostracized, the outsider, the other, dire desperation, dislocation, desolation. Crack coke fiend with fury rain, mad hearse powder thunders through thy veins. In Junkland they lay their weary heads hallucinating as the cataclysmic dragons, gargoyles and gorgons fly high, chased by demons as the nights die. Pockmarked bodies in dark Thameses flow gently, flow gently, flow gently by. Great Thameses, thy witness many kings and queens, buccaneers, privateers, banksters, merchants, pranksters, speculators, actors, soldiers, and whores. It takes all the running you do to stay in the same place. Alicia, speaking in Gaelic, Italian, Saxon, French, Creole, Yiddish, Yoruba, when you can't think of the English. Les enfants terribles. Alicia, human merchandise in the city of night. A thick miasma of vice, hunger, corruption, lust, ecstasy, fantasy, distress, desire, despair. The theatre of tragicomedy. All the trappings of fantasy hung up to dry in the imagination. Oh, cornucopia of the mind and immensity of the pluriverse. Why regret the everlasting sun, delirium, giant worm, Jorgamunda, beneath the streets, delirious visions, dire tales of everlasting night, caterpillar mushrooms, hurdy-gurdy man's haunting fanfare, turning corners on silenced streets, ghost trains in ghost stations, dark visions, strangled words and fearful infinity, terrified brown eyes, pale white Alicia, floating, 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 like a lily on a lotus. Oh, woe is me to have seen what I have seen, see what I see, see what I see, see what I see, to take me mad, to take me mad, Alicia, 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 I'll show you mad, I'll show you mad, I'll show you mad, Alicia. Our Thomas's flow, for we sing this song for thee. They have strangled hope and drowned every joy. Midnight's dark demons crowned Alicia with red poppies. Alicia sits beneath an ancient edifice, eaten away by time. There once were flashing lights, neon signs, billboards, giant computer screens, titanic edifices, technology, darkness of progress. That explosion lights up the Middle East with infernal fires. The world moves, delirium in control, climate change turns Alicia's jaundiced skin to leather. Alicia's travelled the open roads in every weather. All humanity moves from place to place. Humility hides from lives wasted taking selfies. Alicia will come back as Sphinx, with limbs of lions, with darkened, angry eyes. Arise from desert dunes and desolation, following fatal scents through city streets. This monstrous, all-devouring city of night, chemtrails, sky stained with toxic fire, a sulphurous, suffocating NO2 living hell, city of crumbling concrete, eroding steel, shattered glass, post-apocalyptic labyrinthine silent streets. The Minotaur, the stinking stench of fire, fuming nostrils. The sticking, sickly, suffocating smell of blood. Walter Raleigh in the tower. The drunken porter, Atlantis rages behind half-closed eyes. Big Ben clock strikes the final hour of pain. Indoctrination of fear, once again, populace swallowed poison daily. Delirium drags Alicia through the darkening streets howling, absent-minded, guts on fire. Good evening, gorgons, dragons, demons, chimeras, phantoms, hallucinations, illusions, and delusions, sound and fury, acrobats, jugglers, beggars, thieves, artists, poets, freedom within salvation, damnation eternal, mental fever, Kelly, Dr. D, alchemy of the ever-shifting world, the states of collapses, the story of Alicia's seasons in hell, ashen-faced, bloodshot, crystal eyes, spineless, Alicia's body like a spectre rises, bloated, shakes and shivers. Alicia drags her ragged self through rat-infested, piss-stinking, staggering alleys. With eyes closed, offers herself up to sun goddess of fire. Titans battled titans. City consumed by consumerism, consumptus-itis. The great all-consuming fire consumed the city once again. Life's own colour darkens, dances and drifts around visions of delirium. Virgil points at the contorted CEOs of corporations and all the banksters squirming in the seven circle of hell. Psychotic fools, shouts, drums, thirst, hunger, scream. Dance, 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 felicity. Alicia, Beatricia, life is the farce. We are forced to play. Shouts, dance, and hunger dances. Thirst swims in the smoke-filled air. Hell is certainly down below the ivory towers. Hell crawls through the gutters, through the streets. Delirium is the grim reaper. Delirium is the death of the NHS. Political plague quacks, draconian laws. Hell are the ghosts of banksters destined to walk these nocturnal, infernal streets for eternity. Delirium is master of phantasmagoria, tearing the mystery out of nature. Birth, the future, the past, cosmogony, and nothing. Felicity, drunken angel of the night, staggers across the stage. Delirium becomes a fabulous drama queen. Pandemonium, son of Pan, dances at dusk. Alicia, Medusa, Medea, Lady Macbeth, and everyone in the world doomed to waltz permanently into the abyss. Oh, seasons in hell. Alicia returns after the Titanic Mayhemic massacre. Oh, Alicia, Felicity, Beatricia in Centris. Undressed and dancing beneath full-bellied moon. Alicia, I learnt the magic of the lunar goddess. Elation, exultation, euphoria. Tonight, Felicity, Alicia, Beatricia, we celebrate beauty, harmony. We celebrate the human spirit, hilarity, shape-shifting happiness. Our golden boat rises out of an ice-coated river Styx. Our broken bones clothed once more with amorous new body. Whirlwinds of light, golden dawn reflecting on the shimmering silver sparkling river. Semi-naked Alicia, a mirage walks down the strand. Felicity, fecundity, flowing with the tides. Beatricia, 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 Alicia, we embrace the spring dawn. Dawn holds me in her first faint glimmer, fills me with frosty freshness, and in the distance, across a great expanse, Alicia sees sun flowering. Sun waltzes across the sky, the sun blooms, and new dancing, 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 new dawn day. The Titanic gladiatorial games, now over. The towers, now dust. Alicia starts to plant acorns, saplings, wildflowers, together with the white rabbit. Mad March Hare, the caterpillar, they plant a forest here. The voice of Alicia is heard whispering softly in the currents of the flowing river, whispering, whispering river, whispering currents, whispering, whispering, whispering. Flow, sweet river, flow, sweet river, sacred river, flow. Flow, sacred river, now stands a forest of flowering trees. Birds sing and fish swim. The phoenix rises, the dove takes to the air. Great emissaries flow softly by. Alicia, Alicia, Alicia. Great emissaries wash away the pains. Flow, sweet river, Thameses, flow. Sweet Thameses, sacred river, dark river, flow. Sacred Thameses, flow. Mighty Thameses, flow. For we sing this song